Current state of artificial intelligence allows artificial intelligence to process in a real lifetime video streams from CCTV cameras, from webcams. It can see, it can understand what's happening, it can provide you the results of what it sees, the same way as the human who is watching the video stream would. However, such technology exists, but in order for you to get the solution that will see and understand exactly what you need, you will have a really hard time. You might get lucky and you will find a solution that will see and understand exactly what you need, or you will have to go with developers. And either way, it will cost you a significant amount of time and resources to get what you want. We present to you Eyezilla, a software that provides users with drag-and-drop solution that can explain to artificial intelligence what it needs to see and how you want to be presented with the results. By using available steps, users can configure their own computer vision jobs to solve the problem that they need. And the best thing, that this is aimed for non-technical people who don't know programming, should be super simple to use. One of our clients is using our software for prevention of people touching paintings in the art gallery. So they just drag and drop 4 steps. Detect people, detect paintings, identify interaction between human arm and the painting, and whenever such interaction is identified, send notification to the security. It can be used for workflow monitoring. For example, you want to make sure that your employees are following health and safety procedures, like washing hands before they go in the surgery room. You just drag and drop 4 steps. You detect people, detect sink, identify people that are not using the sink, and whenever such people identified, you send a notification. It can be used for automation. You detect boxes, detect pallet, count the boxes on the pallet, and whenever pallet is full, you send notification to the forklift driver to pick it up. It can be used for simple things like analytics and data collection. You detect an object, you count it, you drag and drop, detect beer, count beer. Eyezilla is a software that provides users with a straightforward drag and drop solution to explain to AI what it needs to see and how you want to be presented with the results. In order to use it, is very straightforward. You just download the client on your computer and from our website. The client will connect your existing CCTV cameras and your existing web cameras to our cloud servers. Then, using the dashboard, you can configure your completely own computer vision jobs that will solve your unique problems. It is complete, flexible, end-to-end solution that is aimed to be used by anyone. Eyezilla is a software as a service platform. The subscription starts from just €5 per camera per day. We've achieved that by modularizing computer vision into easily understandable for human blocks. We created an architecture that is self-scaling and resource sharing that allows us to drive the costs down and allow for scaling when the user base grows. With me, I have my co-founder, Mix. We are both technically capable to build this platform, and we both have experience of solving business problems with computer vision. And as a part of our team, we have Anson Chung, who is a serial entrepreneur and expert in business-to-business software sales. We are seeking €200,000. These funds will provide us a runway of 1 year, and we plan to release during this time, by the end of the summer, the public beta version of our software, and by the end of this year, the full version. We need to hire additional developers to speed up this process, and we need to hire designers to improve our user experience of Job Builder and its UI to make it really user-friendly. We are really excited with the progress of Eyezilla so far, so we would like you to show how it works. So right now, we are connected to another computer, and bear in mind, everything that is going to happen right now will be processed in the cloud. So we hope that we will not have right now any issues with the internet. So this is the interface of Eyezilla, and right now we will create a job where it will detect whenever I raise my hand up, and it will notify the user when it has happened. So as you can see, it captures the frame, and the frame seems to be from the wrong camera. Unfortunately, we have to show you a bit more of our demo right now because we need to switch the camera, as after replugging some things, it has changed. So yeah, well, this is that simple. You just selected another camera that you have added before. And now we can grab again the frame from the camera to draw the area, which when I will touch it, it will send a notification. So right now you can see, this is the correct camera. There is already an area. We have predefined it and deleted. So we define the area again, and now we will launch the job. So we launch the job, and we open the monitoring page will provide us the results. So right now the job is running. I will just raise my hand up, and the Eyezilla has detected that I have raised my hand. As you can actually see, it detects my pose. So it's not just, it knows that I'm touching with my hand. So the next step, let's go a bit more complex. So with the next job, we will detect the text, and whenever it detects the hand, and whenever I touch this hand, whenever Mix will touch this text with his hand, it will cut this text, it will analyze what is written in this text, and it will paste this text into Google Docs. So Mix is hovering with his hand over this text, and as you can see, the text has been detected, so it pasted in the Google Doc, tested, works. And all of that can be achieved with drag and drop. You don't need to be a computer vision scientist to do that. And the last task that we are going to show you is the task for the automation. So here, we have defined an area, and we will put the object in this area. The AI will understand what this object is and create a task for Google Tasks to pick up this object. So we launch this job. Right now, Mix will put his phone in this area, and it will recognize that there is a phone, and it will create a task in the Google Tasks to pick up this phone. So we will update now these tasks. And as you can see, it tells us to collect the cell phone. So now Mix will pick up this phone or put the bottle there, and it will identify that it needs to pick up the bottle now. So now when he will pick it up, we will resolve these tasks. So thank you for your attention. That was Eyezilla. We are making computer vision and AI approachable by everyone.
Awesome live demo. Nice job. I'd love to hear what the training process was like, how big the data set is, how you measure accuracy, and how you improve it over time.
So as we are early stage right now, we understand that obviously the process of training computer detection models to detect reliable variety of items is very important. So right now, we've seen that, for example, pose estimation model works extremely good for a variety of use cases in variety of environments. So with the time, we expect that the computer vision models will improve, and we know that there are a lot of solutions right now that allow to speed up the process of training. So we don't want to put this stuff on the users. We want to deal with this problem ourselves. And because we solve this as a platform, we will generate more and more of these detection models, and over time, we will improve their quality, and we will be providing these solutions faster.
Did you train that, or are you using Google or Amazon's ImageRack?
We are using open data sets so that we can train our detection models. But for some use cases, we were training our own models.
So the proprietary IP for you is the AI model itself?
No, proprietary IP for us is the whole architecture that allows us to interpret how user can define to the computer, to AI, how it needs to be processed, and the whole architecture that allows us to resource share, the whole architecture that is scaling, all that things. Well, yeah.
And who's your target customer?
Our target customer is basically, at this point, we want to target larger enterprises who want to solve some more specific problems, but our end goal is to enable anyone to download on their computer this program and to make it see what you need to see.
How'd you get to $5 or €5 per day per camera?
So, because, well, first of all, you don't need to process every frame all the time. And if you have multiple cameras running on the same servers, you can share these resources. Secondly, you don't need to run all of these models at the same time. So, for example, when we want to detect a book, whenever there is no book, and you need to know when you're touching it, there is no reason to look for hand, and things like this. So all these things allows us to significantly drop down the costs.
That was one of my questions. How much does it cost to process one camera per day?
One camera per day costs us, well, as I have mentioned, that we know that we will test it on running 24/7. So if it's run 24/7, the cost will be around like €4, something like this per day. But this pretty much never would happen. So it can go as low as like, well, maybe you have it for 10 minutes and then it's like super cheap.
What about the competition?
So we know that there are, well, we approach this problem from the perspective of how we as a human think about defining these programs to AI. So there are lots of competition in overall computer vision, like Google, they release their APIs, there are companies that provide off-the-shelf solutions, and they have different grade of like flexibility. And but what we approach is to do it like how we humans think about defining this problem to AI. So I would say There may be some companies that also think in this direction, but someone who is specifically putting their effort on solving that problem, we have not really seen to that extent who is doing that. But there should be like domain-specific. There are domain-specific solutions that are doing that. Yes.
How big is this market today, and how big do you see it in 5 years?
So we see that the computer vision market is growing on extremely fast, and well, unfortunately, I cannot tell you like exact numbers, but I think that the average growth per year is something like around 15%.
Great. Big hand for Eyezilla. Thank you. Awesome.